All right. Let's see. If you guys are just now logging in, we should start to see you. Come into the viewing here at the bottom. And if for some reason it hasn't started playing on your end, click the play button on the screen if you can. Double check my screen and make sure we're there and we're live. Yep.
Yeah, looks live to me.
Yep. Looks good. Let's wait a minute until we get some folks in here, and then we'll go. All right. Let's see if you guys are. That's quite a lag.
It's like 2 minutes, man.
That was I was in an infinite loop there. It was no good. I don't like to hear my own voice.
I don't mind this on my own voice. I think that's a big fear for most people. I think. I know loads of people hate doing their voice. I think loads of people hate listening back to doing their own videos and stuff.
Yeah. It's been my experience too.
I don't mind it anymore. Okay, so like I know there's a few people messaging me saying they can see us in there, which is good.
Okay, good.
So I don't know how we know if they're in here or not. I'm not. Okay. I used to go to webinar most of the time, so I'm not used to the old Google Hangouts.
No, it's all good. Let's see if anybody could put in the chat box we're here, or yeah, we're ready to go. And if for some reason that doesn't work, what I'm going to end up doing is giving you all my Skype address so that we can get you a way to chat with us as we're doing this.
Yeah, just create a group in Skype. But you can get the Skype URL. You can create a group and get the Skype URL and add that.
Okay. Can you do that for me, and then put it in the chat box, and I'll.
Yeah. I'll sort out now.
You're more skilled at that than I am, apparently.
So let's get a group going here. So let's have a look. Can I add myself? Just trying to think. Like. Maybe you can't anymore. Maybe used to not. I think you can anymore.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll just carry on. Like, most people got us on Facebook, so if they want to ask us questions, they can pretty much just check in here.
Exactly. You guys can either send us an instant message inside Facebook, or you can go to a Skype address, which is right underneath my name here, just bradley.waldrop. And we're going to just get going so that we preserve your time, our time, and make good use of everybody's efforts here. Thanks for joining us. And I have Simon Harries on here with Marketing with You. And Simon, could you just do me a favor and sort of give everyone a quick introduction as to who you are, kind of where you came from, and some of the challenges you're faced with?
Yeah, of course. So, as everyone knows, I work alongside Alex, really, at MasterMind.com. We're just based out of the UK. And whilst our head office in the UK, I know most of the stuff has like Las Vegas, Nevada on our address. We do have an office out there as well, but only just a couple of people out there working. I'm 24. I started into marketing about 2 years ago. Launched, like sort of just came in with it. Like before I even really got going, I got sort of like picked up by Alex. He lives down the road from me, so like I'm probably quite lucky. I'm probably just a lucky guy that it's how it happens, we just sort of come across each other. And ever since then, for the first year, I pretty much worked behind the back doors of everything that Alex was doing, like writing emails, setting up squeeze pages, everything sort of behind the doors of it. Basically, Alex isn't the most technical person in the world, so we sort of just built everything from that, just did everything from there. We set, helped set the back end up, some high ticket stuff, and then just sort of grew out of that, like handed it off, started building a team, and I sort of come to where I enjoy stuff most, and that's like the whole launch stuff. I think, I think that's where the most excitement is. That's where the most growth is, more than anything. But that's pretty much my background. I love it. It's like 9 o'clock here. I actually do a lot of work. I like the work. Like I know some people want to come and do their 4 hour days or 4 hour weeks, as I know some people. But like I enjoy the work and I get a lot of progress from that. So that's really cool. But yeah, like it's cool working with Alex Jeffries, of course. I know a lot of people have been following him for many years. He's a great guy. Like he is, he's exactly what he's like in all the videos. Down to earth, wacky, just enjoy his life. He's a good guy, and he rubs off on me a lot. So it's all good. But that's pretty much me.
Cool. Well, and if there are people who are watching who don't know me, I come from the business world, right? I was running a major organization, and as a business operations guy a few years ago, transplanted to Western North Carolina, and I currently coach businesses and work with them on the marketing and the operations side. And not very long ago started to really look toward the internet as a way of generating traffic that I just couldn't do a number of face-to-face meetings. I was stretched so thin trying to figure all that out that I needed to sort of turn to technology in order to get that done. And before we started here, I can tell you that Simon and I were chatting a little bit. I host radio, and now I'm doing a little bit on TV as well, and mostly on the radio, it's all business stuff, and so it's fascinating for me to be able to just sort of sit and listen to people's stories as they've tried and they've succeeded, and maybe they've bumped their heads against things, and I'm always learning something from someone. So as we get going here, I know I'm starting to see some messages come in through Facebook, and I'm starting to see some messages come in on Skype. My Skype address is bradley.waldrop, and my Facebook instant messenger, just go ahead and instant message me, and we'll get you going. We're going to do what we can to sort of collect questions along the way. I have questions for Simon we're going to get through, and my goal for these kinds of sessions is for us to learn from people who have already been there, who've done it, who've gotten the t-shirt along the way, maybe got a black eye along the way as well, and if they're willing to share what that really looks like, then that's awesome. So with all of that, Simon, could you tell me, if you had to boil it down into two things that every internet marketer needed to participate in or be great at, what would those two things be?
The first thing, the main thing for me is taking action on what you learn. I know it's always, everyone beats on about it. You have to take action, and it's not just taking action on stuff that you've bought. It's you look through Facebook every day. You see people. Like the top marketers. You speak to them. I don't know if you guys read magazines, read forums and stuff. All the top business people in the world, they go out in the morning. They go for jogs and they stuff like that, and they do like loads of different things. It's about finding you being comfortable and getting into a routine of stuff. And that's like that. You should always start your day right. Like I start my day. I wake up. I don't look at my iPhone. I don't look at my emails. I get up. I open the doors. I'm lucky if I live up by water. I open the doors. Make myself a coffee. Catch up on the news and the first thing, and then I start my day. There's no point. I never start my day inside of work. I finish my days a lot outside into it. But I never start my days inside of work. That's why I find that, and then I always, as soon as I start, I come in, I have a plan. Even though I'm young, I am old school. I've got everything on paper, everything, right? I come in, I write 3 major things I want to complete that day, and they're the things I have to accomplish, and I stay focused, and I work on that, But if we're talking more about, the marketing side of it, and succeeding in the IM world, then you have to create something of value. That's the number one thing everyone must, sort of feel that. And I know everyone gets stuck on it and they think, oh, what can I produce as value? What can I do? Like Bradley's delivered something here of value, right? And it's by creating a hangout and just interviewing, people who are like, in the market, have done something, a little bit different or something new, or, it's something like, there's thousands of people like me who've done what I've accomplished out there, but like, Bradley's going to create something value. This hangout will be value of you for you, like yourself, create an ebook about your journey. I could write an ebook about how I start the day right, and that'd be something value to someone else. So, like, even if you think you can create something value, you can. Trust me, you just have to, find a way and thing. And then the second round is research. Make sure that what you're going to deliver, the piece of value you want, has a market. There must be a market, there must be a want. Everyone's worried about markets being, saturated, too many people in there. If there's a lot of people in there, that means there's a big market and people are buying. If there's a lot of competition, it's a good thing, and that's the truth. That like by yourself, you probably know competition is a good thing. You don't have to go and do a lot. You can just see that it's busy, full of competition. Then what do I do? How do I beat the competition? You just find out what you can do better.
So in the past, as you guys have developed products, right? We're just talking about developing products. Have you made some mistakes along the way? I'm hearing very clearly research is super important, and I understand that, and I'm sort of reeling from a launch that didn't go well because I threw a lot at it. I just simply said, you know what, I think I can solve more problems, and decided that I would release a really large product rather than a refined product that was associated to lots of different research. What mistakes have you guys made along the way that you've had to pivot around and adjust your focus so that you can be more successful on subsequent launches?
There's a lot. There's got to be something every week and every launch. The two main things for me are trying to get everything to be perfect. We've tried this so many times where we think we've created the perfect product, and we're not ready to launch it. And then, we launch it. It does well, or if people look at it and they say, like yourself, happened to you, Bradley, like it's just too much. It's way too much. There's too much in here. There's no such thing as a perfect product. The best thing to do is get a product out there and wait for the feedback, and then relaunch, put a 2.0 in it, do a reloaded. I think many of us have seen us do that this year. We didn't. If you look back at last year's launches, we didn't do that as much. We just launched. I'll be honest, we launched Marked with Alex, 2013 last year, and the first launch did really well, amazing, blew up some serious units. And what we did, we just thought, it did so well, we just thought we'd relaunch it, and it didn't go as well. It bombed. It happens to us, and what we did, we just didn't listen to the feedback. So we just didn't listen. We didn't survey the list that we had from the original, saying, how can we make this better? We just went, it's the perfect product. Let's just relaunch it, and it didn't do so well. So what I'd say is not try and get something perfect, but just to get something out there. Get something out there, and then get the feedback from it. Sales, always focus on sales. Number one, that's the main thing. When you're not focusing on sales and you're focusing on too much and delivering the good content, that's when you can hurt yourself 100%.
It's interesting that you would say we didn't listen to the feedback. And one of the things that's real interesting is once a month I get together with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs here locally, and we do what's called a lean startup circle. And it's just a process to help get products and services out in the market faster, cheaper, and with a better match to what the customer needs. And as we do that, one of the stumbling blocks is a set of assumptions that people make about solving someone else's problem, and they can't do a very good job of putting themselves in someone else's shoes. They don't ask the right kinds of questions. They don't ask, what do you need? Because if you do, what's interesting is your customer will actually tell you what you need. They'll tell you, give me this, and it can be as simple as that. What do you need? What's your biggest challenge? And now fit a product or a service to their biggest challenge, and all of a sudden you have a market that's eager to buy it. But for some reason we overthink it.
Yeah, totally agree. You know, like a lot of people do overthink their products, go way into depth. You know, they don't think about their customer needs totally. You know, and that's totally fixed. And in this market as well, you need to see where the affiliates are as well. A lot of people will create a product without any demand, and that's key. You know, making sure there's enough demand for the product. You know, I go back to saying, you know, competition isn't a bad thing. That's when you know there's money in the market. You know, and a lot of people do fail on that. You know, they go and build something that's totally too advanced, and it really hurts them. You know, entrepreneurs are most entrepreneurs who put up there. They try and think too far outside the box, and what they'll do, they'll make something so far developed that the customer doesn't even think they need it yet. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And that happens a lot, you know. We're entrepreneurs. That's what we want to do. We want to create the best. We want to get ahead of the game. But we don't need to go too far ahead of the game because that can really affect us, you know.
And as you guys are getting that refinement in the research side of it to figure out that product to launch, do you do a test market? Do you send something out to certain affiliates to find out what their feedback might be, or do you have a set of repeat customers that you trust enough what their opinion is that you release it to them and say, hey, can you give us some feedback to make sure that we're hitting the mark?
The first people I look at the competition. That's the first thing I look at. You know, the customer's important, but then, you know, like we launch every fortnight, every month. So that's like key to us. So like, you know, we make sure that we do go through a process. What we tend to do, when we get the customer, that's when we sort of take care of them, and that's when we start looking, like asking them what they need, what they want to learn. You know, that's when we go and find out the new products. You know, like who's looking, like say someone wants to, like a group of people want to learn SEO, then like, okay, we don't teach it because we know there's bad people out there. So what we'll do, we'll go and speak to X, Y, and Z and be like, hey guys, like you guys, the SEO guys, what have we got that we can offer our guys to teach them this SEO stuff, you know? And then what we do then is like we speak to other affiliates or other lists and be like, hey, this product teaches product creation. Have you got a list for that? You know, and we deliver it to their product. And that's how the sort of community works, you know. It's just all about, you know, generating, looking after the list, and really delivering that value time after time, you know.
So on your end, who is the police officer that comes in and says that offer that we're talking about next is too complex. We need to beat it up and make it even simpler. Is there somebody inside that says you're overthinking it?
Yeah, a guy called Adam Davis.
Yeah.
The guy called Adam. He's me and Alex are terrible. We go on a tangent, but like what we do, we'll create something and then we'll break it down. You know, we'll break it right down. You know, we know our market. We know the market. You know, we know the market. We were the market. That's what we gotta remember. You know, Alex, myself, we were the guys starting online, and and it's just all going through the system. And you know, things back in the day, like 2 years ago, they weren't that simple. Everything's so much more simpler now. You know, but people are always trying, you know, to overthink stuff, and they think, you know, like people think they need complex stuff to be worth a lot of money. Spend a lot of money, but realistically, they just need simple, you know, simple steps. You know, like it's just basically a two-step formula. Alex teaches two-step formula. What it is offer traffic. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. Create an offer, you get traffic. And I know everyone's like, yeah, but traffic's really hard. Create an offer is really hard. It's simple. Create something about creating an offer. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We create something about promotion all the time, and then we talk about how to get traffic. That's it. Do you know what I mean? That's like what we do. You know, there's so many different ways. Come on, like there's so many different ways. Facebook's changed the way traffic thing. You know, how many Facebook stuffs out there you can buy for $9, and you could easily get a return on investment in no time. You know, there's plenty of big guys out there teaching it. You know, like buddy, you're a buyer of Alex's stuff. A lot of people in this calls are probably, you know, a lot of people Alex stuff. How much did the launch Bible help you maybe not create a product, But just to run in your head, know that you were going through the right steps. And
Right.
that costs what, $7? Do you mean like? And that's how simple it is, you know. People will look, you know. There's obviously other ways to get there, but like you spend you only get out what you put in, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's the key thing, you
let's
know.
talk. I mean, it's kind of interesting that you're. I've got a list of questions over here, and you're right on this next question, and that is, let's really talk about traffic, right? There's multiple ways to get traffic, and I think that this is one of the biggest frustrations out there, right? I can cobble together an offer, and then I've got some choices. I've got to either push traffic to an offer based on my own list, if I even have one. If I don't have a list, then I'm screwed. Um, and then,
You're not screwed at all. You
well,
know.
I mean, at least that option is not available to me, right?
Yeah, you
And then I've got two other ways. I can either pay for traffic
yeah.
with a pay-per-click ad or solo ads or some other way, or I can do some sort of leverage traffic. And you guys have sort of blown the lid off of the leverage side of it. But do you guys currently pay for traffic? And if so, what kinds of things do you do right now to generate that new traffic that's coming off of a paid stream?
Like the main paid traffic is Facebook. You know, it's the only real paid traffic we do. We don't use anything like solos or anything like that. I know a couple of months ago we did use Perfect Audience, but they changed the whole algorithm stuff on their side and sort of the whole make money online stuff. So we left that. We didn't have time to focus on stuff like that. But like traffic is what paid traffic isn't always warm traffic. And that's where a lot of people start. Like they spend all this money on paid traffic. They got to remember that they have to build then a product or a funnel for cold traffic. It's a totally different offer now. You're talking a totally different game. People are creating like WSOs, JVZoo products. That's a different set of traffic driving towards that one. Like we create products for like heating up traffic. For affiliate guys. We use mainly like affiliate traffic. And everyone says getting affiliates on board, big guys and stuff is hard, but it's not as it's not as hard. You can leverage like the whole commission structure, leverage all that. There's a lot of stuff you can leverage. There's a lot of guys out there. You make friends and stuff. It's all about building relationships. It's with everything in business. You come from sort of more of the corporate side, but you know what it is like. If you shoot golf with a guy down at the range every week, you know what I mean. And then you go to a car salesman, and he's a car salesman. You're gonna buy the car off the guy who you go golfing with every week. Do you know what I mean? And the same goes with affiliates. The guy you speak to, or every day, or like the person that that you've maybe done a little bit of work for because you've leveraged your skill, or that you've interviewed him, or he's had a that's how you really, like develop the right traffic source, And I know Make Money Online, it's way here to create a business, not to some, $100 a day cash, quick rich scheme. The whole affiliate traffic stuff is creating a sustainable business, and that's the main reason. That's the main reason we're here. We don't want guys just to come in, make 10 G's one time, and then that's it. They can't generate anything else. We're here to help build a sustainable business, so these guys can make $10,000 every month, then every week. Do you know what I mean? And get to those days. That's the main core of it.
Yeah, and you know what? You said something that's really profound, and you said it so almost in passing, and it was the difference between cold traffic and warm traffic, and that process, I think, is hard for us to internalize and understand because we have been somehow or another duped into this idea that if all we do is send clicks to a page that's well defined, maybe it generally converts well, that all of a sudden we're going to start making sales when people want to know us, like us, and trust us before they buy something from us, even if it's a lower price. I mean, nowadays they're not even exchanging an email address with us for a free product if it doesn't bring them value.
Yeah.
So, we even have to now sell free products and literally sell the process and tell them what the benefits are so that they'll exchange just an email.
Yeah.
Um, if it's one thing that I would take away from this conversation so far, it is how to work and build squeeze pages, sales pages, product solutions for warm traffic, rather than trying to figure out how to do a shotgun approach and just send massive amounts of traffic, spending lots of money on ads that don't work, or grabbing affiliates that have no understanding of your product or who you are, so they can't naturally warm up the list behind the scenes.
Yeah, of course, and like a lot of people forget, like how people was wonder, how do new people come into our market, and it is through, chances are, the free list. The free list. That's the truth of it. Like through our market's grown considerably more now, because of Facebook. Every market has. Every market has. Like the golf niche, the dog training niche. They've all grown considerably more because of Facebook, because of the Facebook traffic. And the more stuff, all the banners on the side, everything in the news feed, generally leads to a free offer. That's the truth of it, and that's how people are coming into this market. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the free list, because I build them all the time. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And they agree, but don't expect to build a free list off Facebook for $100 and then send a load of traffic to, say for example, the Launch Bible sales page, which converted over 14%,
Right.
and then get 14 sales from 100 clicks.
Right.
It's
You get
so,
two sales, and then one person will return it.
yeah,
Right.
and what it is like the whole build. Don't expect to get that list and then expect to get the money back straight away. Like any list is a good list, but that's why most people teach the whole launch process. The buyer list is obviously worth so much more than a freebie list, but there's always going to be golden nuggets in that freebie list. But you have to deliver value. That's how the game's changed. We're going back to the first question you asked. All about creating the value, delivering the value. It just can be a bit about experience. It reminds me of a good friend of mine, Dean Holland. He just used to blog about how to set a squeeze page up.
Yeah.
And people are just like, oh man, this guy just gets that I need it broken down to be so simple. And people are just opting in just to follow his post. Next thing, he was blogging about how to do an email and get response, and people. And the next thing he was like, hey, if you want to learn this and buy this, and people just started buying off his blog, but because they had that relationship with him, and that was a freebie list. That's just how it
Yeah.
works, and that's just the whole point of it, it's traffic. There's so many different types of traffic, but it's all different, and you need to treat it all differently.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's important to know where your traffic is coming from and what kind of offer they need to see in order for them to convert. That's an art that really happens, and I think that as we're getting feedback from one another in the Facebook groups and other things, I think it's important to remember that, and we can share that back and forth to say, well, is this for a free list that's off of paid traffic that's going to be cold? Or is this something that needs to be more personalized to very specific warm list that you have, and then we'll start to see some conversion rates go up. And before we go into the next question, I got a question on Skype, and that is, if someone were to decide Facebook is a place that they want to pay for ads, is there a good place to start as far as a budget is concerned to get enough traffic to an offer that makes good sense? Is there like a daily budget you can throw out that makes sense?
It's not it's I wouldn't say like a daily budget. I couldn't just pick one up in the air. You when it comes to Facebook advertising, it's all about tweaking. It's all about ROI. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's say start at $5 a day, right? And your target is to end the day on on $6 made, yeah. So like day one comes, spend $5, nothing, right? But like whatever as long as you've got people opting in, you're still building a list. Remember that you're still building a list and stuff. But like it's all about right tweaking, getting the click through rate up, cost per click down. Get your targeting. The frequency, Facebook's just a whole different world, like
Yeah.
a totally whole different world. You can even, right, this is what's so good about Facebook. Create a squeeze page and then put a retargeting pixel on what you're doing and retarget them again. Like, it's unbelievable, like for everyone who come on, who didn't opt in, you can there's exit splash, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that you can change and stuff. Facebook I'm still learning from it, Facebook's so it's like when Google changed the algorithm, Facebook is just, I don't know, it's endless possibilities with Facebook, I know there's people driving people to $2,000 offers and spending $50 a day and making one $2,000 sale.
Right.
But they spent $10,000 before they started doing that because
Right.
they were tweaking and stuff. It's finding that right ad, it's finding the right market. It's a long process, but then you can it's just different. Facebook. I couldn't say there's a budget to sit do what you can afford, but then be prepared to be living inside Facebook, tweaking, changing, looking at the frequency, looking at the click-through rate. It's all about ROI at the end of the day. You want to have a look at a return on investment. You want to put a plan like I'm only going to spend a maximum of $100. If I haven't made any money before that, then I'm going to stop the ad. Relook at it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it becomes very highly analytic, right? I mean, there's a whole bunch of A/B tests that are happening automatically inside Facebook, and then it's going to a landing page. That landing page needs to be tweaked, and headlines need to be changed to pictures, and so on and so forth, just to adjust the conversion rate. And then, if you can, after you capture somebody's email off of a free offer, send them back into another funnel and start making some money off of the offer, through the funnel. Maybe what makes good sense, and I'll throw this out to everyone that's watching right now. If you know a Facebook ad specialist, maybe we can do one of these Google Hangouts in the next few weeks and just concentrate on that. I think that would be an awful lot of fun, and we'd learn a lot. So
I'll be on that one.
Well, that's great. In fact, if you have someone that you would recommend along the way, let me know who it is, and I'll reach out to them.
Yeah, man. There's plenty of guys doing it. There's plenty of guys. Just Facebook's when you got to chop and change. You got to keep on top of it. Same as SEO. Just got to keep on top of it.
Absolutely. Okay, so you guys just launched the Launch Bible, right?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you learned out of that one?
Biggest lesson I learned out of that one. Oh, that's a good one. I think it was. Just trying to think, just the affiliates, keeping the affiliates happy. A lot has changed this year. We don't tend to take our products down. We like to leave them evergreen. And the main reason is because we find it helps deliver more value. A lot of people, I know it sounds stupid, even though it was $7, $10, and the outros, were all together, I think it comes to $50. If you buy everything together, it comes to $50. It might not sound a lot of money to some people, but it does to others, of course. Everyone's in a different situation, so we tend to leave them evergreen. So when people get paid at the end of the month or start month or whatever, they can pick it up afterwards, and we always have sales trickle in, and we don't want to have people miss the opportunity. So what we do, we have launch weeks, and to get the most out of the launch, we obviously put up the prizes. We're lucky that we have a budget for the prizes. But the main reason we have a budget for prizes is because we know our numbers. We know how much a lead's worth to us. We know how much we can spend to get a lead, and that's a major thing I want everyone to focus on. And we might go into it a bit deeper later, like knowing your numbers, and that's key. But like we'll come back to it again. So like the main thing for us was like for me was to making sure that the affiliates still had a reason to mail. There's like one thing about one thing about me when I mail for other people's offers, I do tend to mail harder for people who haven't got minimums on their prizes, right? I know some people are a bit wary about that, like, oh, I want minimums just in case it doesn't go well, etc. But you'll find the ones without minimums normally are quite successful anyway, because the affiliates know, like, I seen one the other day, it was $100, top prize, which like, like compared to some other things, it isn't that much, right? But the minimums are 200 sales.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all out of whack, right? I
yeah,
mean,
I was like, wow, like, that's crazy. But like, if he'd said, oh, hey guys, like, we all do a top three, $100 for the top one, 50 for the second, 25 for the third, and put maybe like 10 sales for each one, then, it just looks better. Like, at least I know if I mail hard and it still doesn't work out for me, then I still get paid. Do you know what I mean? I still get paid, and it's just, I've stopped. I've looked up. To be honest, it happened a while ago. I was mailing for some top guys, and I was first. The other guy was second. He messaged me. He said, "Hey, I'm really enjoying the competition. Blah blah blah. Are you mailing again?" I went, "Yeah, probably mail again. Are you mailing again?" And I was a bit like, "It's a bit strange. We're like in a bit of a competition." And he went, "Oh, what do you think of the no minimums?" And I didn't click. I didn't realize there was minimums, And I was like, "There's minimums?" I was like, I spoke to them. I said, "Look, I'm not mailing again. Like, unless you take the minimums down, Like, I'm mailing hard for this bonus. I know I'm getting the commission, but like, I still want a bonus." So like, it's all about enticing the JVs, keeping them happy. Not everyone's got a budget, and that's fine. Like, you don't even have to give up cash money. You can give up your time. If you're amazing at WordPress sites, if JV has said to you, "Oh, hey man, your JV page is wicked, man. Who did it for you?" He said, "Oh, I did it myself." Say to him, "If you do me 50 sales, I'll create your next JV page free." So it's
right.
not even coming. And he's like, "Really?" He's like, 50? Oh, I've done it before, and like I get a free JV. Yeah, man. Boom. Next thing you're like, it's something for them to mail for, and you can offer that to everyone. And just next thing you've got a competition like, "Hey guys, this is my JV page. Like, if you write one of these, then that's all you have to do is like do 50 sales." So it's not even a first place. Anyone can win it. Like, obviously, you can say for the first 10 people who make me 50 sales, or the first 5, obviously you've got like after your time, the time's value, but like, it doesn't have to be cash, You can offer something in return. Like Bradley could offer a radio slot, if obviously if you can. No, I'm not sure if you can, but like, do you mean like a radio slot, and like he's leveraging then all the viewers that he has, to open up to another market for them, And there's loads of things like that, that a lot of people think it's always about cash, but like, like good guys, good JVs, like they'll get some, as long as you have something back in return, they'll mail for you, and that's focus on that, Keep the JV happy, they'll mail, and the sales will just keep coming.
Well, and sometimes it's what you're talking about, these bonuses and prizes that you're to keep these guys happy. What most people may not realize is that the service that they can provide to the product owner might actually exceed the dollar amount that you would naturally put on a contest anyway. I mean, if you were to spend some personal coaching time with someone who's super successful, or they have a graphic arts skill, or maybe maybe they're in a different niche that you can piggyback onto their list, or I mean, even like what we're talking about in some of the things we're talking about in the Facebook group is for each one of us to continue to provide unannounced bonuses after the purchase of the original, because we're providing feedback to one another and we're helping each other out. I mean, that the creative solutions out there make a JV contest attainable, and it doesn't always have to cost you, digging deep into the bank account, especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah, 100%. Like that, that's the whole thing. Like I don't think when people start out, people realize how much affiliate traffic is actually worth them. You know, it's the make or break. It is the make or break, and I know it's hard. I totally get it's hard, but like I understand that you know you could be given 100% away on the front, 50 on the back. You know, like it's all about these little products. Because what is our EPCs? You know, like because it's like affiliates can make 53 bucks, 53 bucks a sale, right? EBCs might not be amazing, but that's why we bulk them up with the prizes. You know, like I'm not sure. Like I introduced this year the Control Your Own Destiny prizes, where you hit certain targets, we'll pay you cash, and there's unlimited amount of those. You know, we know that, and a lot of people have copied it, and I'm more than happy. It's great. You know, it's real good that people are doing it, which is amazing. You know, I'm chuffed a bit that I've started something new, started a trend. I know a lot of people are going to start offering 100% through the funnel next year, which is really good, and they're sort of changing the game. But these people who are doing it, they're not just doing it because they're following us. They're doing it because they know their numbers. They know that they can get the money back and they know their numbers straight away. You know, so that's the main of it. Like you hear everyone bang about is the money's in the list. The money's in the list. Then if there's money in the list, wouldn't you happily pay? If you had the money, $5,000 for a list, do you know what I mean? That you could build a relationship with, and you know, like mail affiliate offers to sell high ticket stuff, you know, for. But I was going to tell you that if you give 100% across the funnel, which is attractive affiliates, you could build a free list, of buying customers, you know. And then that's when people start. That's when the penny drops, you know.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like you're giving 100% away, affiliates are like, wow, I make money. The chances are the first launch that then you build a relationship, you give some free content, whatever, you know, build a good relationship, get the opens and clicks up, and the chances are the first offer that you'll promote, you know, it'll be on a 100% funnel. Do you know what I mean? So like you get the same opportunity, you know. It's not like by offering 100% wait, you're never going to get that opportunity back, you know. Like everyone's doing sort of the same, you know. And it's just what it is. It just becomes the norm, and it's hard to keep up. And I understand, but like. You know, like you look at the people who, you know, you go and look at the Jamie Zoo leading the board today, and you go look at the Warrior Forum today. You know, they ain't big cash prizes on for the affiliates there. But you look at the names promoting them. It's, you know, like there's some big names on there today. You know, like Zach. I know Zach Loveday launched today. He's done really well. He's got some big guys on there like Sean Anderson, Mike from Maine. But he spent a lot of time building a relationship with these guys. You know. And you know, he said, I can't offer you a lot of cash bonuses, but like I'll give you 100% here, 50% on this, blah, 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 like, and obviously in return, like if my launch goes well, obviously I'll support you guys back, you know, and I won't forget you guys, you know. So it's all about leveraging your skills, and keeping in contact with your affiliates at all time, you know. That's the main thing I probably learn it every time. More and more important, you know, like always, you know, more affiliates, speak to everyone, network, show me a product, show off your product, show me how how good it is, and how it's going to benefit you guys, you know, like, and these guys will jump on board, you know, like everyone's been a beginner, you know, everyone's been in the same shoes, everyone understands that, you know, it's really key, you know, everyone's been there, don't forget that, you know, of course you're going to get some guys that are, you know, won't get back to you and stuff, but like, you've got to remember, they're busy because they're trying to stay on top of their game, you know, they'll get back to you eventually, just keep on top. But like, you have to be constantly inside my inbox reminding me to promote you. Do you mean? Like, you've got to be like, you know, I could be like, yeah, I'm promoting you, but like, if I said it 2 weeks ago, don't just expect me, like, I'll put it in my calendar, but like, you know, come back, you know, keep on top. I'd rather people come and just drop me a JV Zoom page, like, hey man, I know you're busy, use a JV Zoom page, like, use my JV page, let me know what you think, and then next day be like, hey, did you check it out? And then what I'll do, I'll be like, oh yeah, sorry man, I'll check it, and I check it there, and then I'll speak to them and I'll help them out, you know, like that, you know, and that's, just keep on top of them. Obviously, don't be too pushy, but like, get to know your affiliates, you know, like, everyone who knows me knows they can just drop their JV page in, I'll pick it up, you know, like, follow up with me the next day, but then, like, there's other affiliates that you need, like, you know, speak to and really get to know, you know, but everyone's different, it's got to go make friends, you know.
Well, and I think that we end up hiding behind the technology anyway, right? We know we have an email, but we don't have to have a real conversation with anyone. And I think that that's sort of where the wheels sort of fall off as we forget that we're people, we're doing business with one another, And it's not just a matter of sending out an email every once in a while. It's about developing a long-term trusted relationship. And so it takes very real conversations sometimes in
Yeah.
order for you to develop that.
And it doesn't need to be long. Like, how long have we known each other, Brad? Like, 3 weeks?
Not very long.
Yeah, like not very long, And like, I'm more happy to come on here, and like, I speak to Brad, and Brad's like, like Brad, like, yeah, man, like, if I need to speak to you, like, he'll give me 10 minutes of time, and like, how many people out there? And there's like Steve's watching, Thomas, he's from where I'm from, and we've only known each other a few weeks, and he's a good guy to speak to, and like, you think I've only been doing it a year, and like really launching for a year with Alex, and man, like the network I have and stuff now, and it's just like speaking, it's just like saying hi, how's the kids, how's the missus, how was the weekend, like, do you know what I mean, like, just like keeping at the top of people, like some people I don't even speak to for weeks, come back and like just remember something, how was the holiday, just like little things like that. They're people, man, like what do you do when you go into the office, like, if like, who do you keep sweet when you work, like, if you got a job, like, if you're, the car mechanic, if you're the mechanic, the person you keep sweet is the people who delivers you the parts. Do you mean, like, you got to build the relationships with the right people, like,
Right.
like here, like, I'm best friends with the tea lady. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And I'm the first person who always has the tea first, and I've always got, any new snacks comes in the office, they come into my door first. But like, it's the same in, they like who is the main affiliate in your niche? Go and find out who it is and go make friends with them,
Right.
And just like be patient, and that's what it's about, It's all about building all that up.
And I think what you just said, it's interesting. You said go find the lead affiliates in your niche. I think that the easiest way to do that is to get on everyone's affiliate JB Tools or affiliate page, and you start to get the updates as to who's performing well and who's winning the contest and who's knocking it out of the park. And then it's time to sort of reach out and say, hey, look, you and I don't know each other, but I'd love to learn from you. And you can start just as simply as that. And some people, they don't have time for you, and that's fine. But some people will pick you up and say, you know what, let's do this thing together and start to learn from one another. And maybe there's an opportunity for us to JV together, or there's maybe I can review something for you and help you out, or who knows what. But start somewhere, and rather than running the other direction.
Like, you could see that the top affiliate in your niche has a product coming out. Say, hey man, I need to know who I am, but like, can I do a testimonial on your product? Like, this is who I am. Like, if you bought from them before, like, hey, this is my image. I bought from them before. Like, you can have a look at your previous products. This is what I bought. Like, can I do a testimonial for your sales page? Like, would that be, and I could do a video one, or I could write one for you. Like, I just need to have a look at them. And next thing they're like, actually, yeah, man. Like, because what it is, like, when we create sales page, you have to go out there and find testimonials. Like, I don't know how many of you guys are part of the Master with Alex group. If anyone here isn't, then put Master with Alex in the search bar, add yourself, or I'll add you in it shortly. It's a wicked group. Barry's in there. There's so many good people in there at the moment, and success stories just from out of that group through the roof at the moment. Everyone's helping each other. It's a wicked group, and people are all constantly fishing for testimonials in there.
Yep.
And what it is, people will give you the product for nothing to review. You learn everything they teach in the product in return for a testimonial. Like, wow, like, that's really good anyway. And what it is, like, it saves these big affiliates guys from going around, because obviously it looks great to have big guys like Alex, or Alex, John Thornhill, some British guys, Owen Martin on your sales page as testimonials, but they're not the easiest people to get testimonials from. You know what I mean? Like, who they haven't got like, especially like, a lot of people come to me for testimonials. If I have to go through a 3-hour video to write a testimonial, then I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. Like, as much as people would love a testimonial maybe of me or Alex, it's not the easiest, because I haven't got time to go through a 3-hour program, So like, there's the guy called Saul Marnie. He's a great guy. He does some real good testimonials for people, and he's built up some real good relationships like that. I've been watching him lately. he's in my chat box every day. Real nice guy, you know. There's a few guys, like a guy called Steve Thomas, another guy always offers to help. Real nice guy, you know. Build up a good relationship with you. Bradley, yourself. So many good guys out there. Just go out there, just off, you know. And you think, like, this is what I'm saying, like, you think that you didn't have anything to offer, now you have. You have a test, you know, like, anyone can do that, you know. And you do,
Yeah.
you know, like, you do a good testimonial, they're like, wow, he did a really good testimonial for me. And then next thing, like, hey man, I'm going to launch a product. You inspired me to launch a product. This is my product. Like, you know, I know you're busy, but like, you know, I use a sales page, use like a brief overview. Like, it'd be awesome to have your support on it, or even just have a testimonial in return. Next thing, you will have a product, and the guy feels that he owes you a favor. So he might not be able to promote because his calendar's full, and then he's just spent 30 minutes looking at your product, and you have a testimonial from the top affiliate.
Right.
And then people are like, wow, like as soon as they see his, they're like, I'm buying this if he's recommended it, you know?
Well, and it's good for him too because he's sending his traffic to a sales page that has his testimonial on it.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
I mean, so his EPCs go up because he's one of the guys that say, thumbs up, man, I approve of this thing. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a win-win, and so I love that idea. And speaking of sales pages and launches and other things, I know you guys have a new one coming out, right? SAS3.
So basically what we're talking about, just a more in-depth training, basically what we're talking about now on how to get affiliates on board. There's some wicked stuff in there. There's actually a fly-on-the-wall documentary of me and Alex. He actually wakes me up from the sofa. I didn't even realise. Him and Richie started filming, and they sort of burst into my old office whilst I was having a bit of a lie down on the sofa. And like the product's amazing. It's it's the only product we've actually ever taken off the market. We launched it for 7 days, and then we made it disappear. Basically, it sold over 2,500 copies within 5 days. Some of the best feedback we've ever had on the product. Just helped everyone out. You know, it talks way more in detail, more than what we can go on the call about. You know, how to approach affiliates, all the ideas I've spoken about, and more. How to find your affiliates, how to track them, how to keep conversations so that you don't have to keep it off the top of your head. That you can just add, spreadsheets. So much templates in there, and if anyone's ever bought one of our products, then there's going to be loads of bonuses in there as well, and yeah, we've got that coming out soon. Excited for that, and like this is, just go and have a look at it. If you guys want to promote it, then like hit me up for a review copy. I'll send it across for you anyway. But like, yeah, it's all about traffic really. It's all about, and it's 100% free traffic. That's what we're saying here. Affiliate traffic is 100% free traffic. Do you mean there's no spending? There's no spending big money to try and get it. It's free traffic, and it's just sort of like just for that. And reciprocation is a big thing. You'll find, you might find that you create a good list off your launch because you have some decent affiliates on, and then you feel you don't want to burn your list, but you need to make sure you hit people back, and you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and that's the way it works. It's all about business relationships.
So, I mean, we were talking in the very beginning, right? The two primary things that any internet marketer has to figure out how to master, and that is, one, develop the product, which you just, I mean, you covered a lot of it in the Launch Bible, and then now you're dealing with the second half, and that's the traffic half. And is it specifically how to leverage affiliate traffic, or do you guys talk about pay-per-click as well?
It's just affiliate. It's just affiliate traffic. 100%. Like, we launched a product last year called the Traffic Rush, which looks at the whole general traffic stuff. But like, we've been in business a long time, and there's nothing like affiliate traffic. There's nothing like it. Facebook's obviously, you'll probably get a Facebook expert on, and he might say something else. He might say the total opposite, like there's nothing like Facebook traffic. But then it all depends. Like you said, like if you want to sit behind a desk and get all techy, then go to Facebook and see the results from that. See how they get going. I can say that they're nowhere near as good as results than affiliate traffic, because the relationships you build with them, the relationships you build with your list, are second to none. You know, I'm not sure if you've heard of a guy called Chris Winters, a good friend of mine. He's from the US, moved to Korea now. He lives in Barcelona because his son plays in Barcelona. Unbelievable guy, like unbelievable family, and he hasn't launched since 2009, I believe. Right? That was his last one. It was a big launch, okay, massive list, like one of the biggest launches on the Warrior Forum history. But he hasn't launched since, right? He hasn't. He doesn't do nothing really. He doesn't drive major traffic anywhere. Doesn't. He obviously picks up people from his blog and stuff like that. He's always on top of leaderboards. I mean, he looks after his list so well. He does which so well. Like, if he said if he could say in an email, buy this, and just have a buy button, and people would buy it. I'm sure of it because of the relationship.
Yeah, and I'm on lists that are like that too, where I trust the people because they haven't steered me wrong yet. So I mean, there's a real big lesson in there to make sure that we have a good relationship with our list, and then we don't send them junk. We send them things that have high value that we would stand behind, that maybe we've bought ourselves, and we feel like, we just wouldn't. Our internet marketing business or whatever niche we're in wouldn't be the same without it. And when we do that, all we're doing is continuing to drive high quality traffic to these offers. I mean, I can tell you, I was just at a meeting this morning with a group of people that every time I walk in and I say, here's a really great book I just finished, more than half of them run off and go buy it that afternoon. I mean, if I brought in with me a box of these books and said, you know what, they're double sticker price because I had to transport them here, they'd buy them right from me because I said that they were great books. And same is true with our lists. So I mean, we need to make sure that we keep that in mind.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously know what your list wants. Survey them. Ask them what they want. Give them something away from like answering one question. Just look after them. And that's the key of it. That's the total key of like the whole sustainable business is the list. You're not going to please everyone. That's it, and don't forget that. You're going to have hate mail. Welcome to the I am world. As soon as you get your first hate mail, then you've taken a step away from newbie. You get an I am in it. Everyone gets it. I get it. Alex gets it. Everyone with a list probably gets it. But they'll never unsubscribe. There'll be people that will never unsubscribe. They just want to reply every time. You offer them a product next to nothing, and they'll still complain. You'll give them something for free, and they'll still complain. But that's fine because you have to look after the majority of people, not the minority. Don't think that the minority of people, speak about them, get them on webinars, get them on Google Hangouts, speak to them, interact, show them your face, make videos. Like Barry said at the start of the call, he doesn't like the sound of his own voice. I don't know how many people do. I didn't when I first started doing videos, but now I love it. Like I just love listening back to myself and seeing what I've said and stuff, which is good, because video's been a big thing this year, But one thing about video and the internet, as soon as it's on a page, it's there forever until you've obviously taken it down.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm sure there's hundreds of videos of me across different web pages. I've done interviews and stuff. I don't know, God, and some guy, there's probably someone person saying, "What is this idiot on about again?" You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. Get your face out there, but then, like if you see me, I'm always posting photos and making little thank you videos, and I do a lot of personal videos to affiliates on YouTube. I'll be like, hey Brad, just want to let you know about our next note, all that, and people are like, wow, he spent a minute and a half making a video for me for his launch. That's pretty cool, that grabs people's attention. There's a lot you can do. All of this is in Secret Affiliate Sniper and stuff, but there's what I want to get with you guys is that you can leverage everything. Look at what you can do. Look what other people are doing. Copy other people who are doing well. There's nothing wrong with that. Dyson copied Hoover, but just took it one step further every time, and then Hoover tried catching up, and then Dyson that's what competition is healthy. That's what people need to understand. Competition is awesome because what it is, it pushes you outside your comfort zone, and everyone's heard it. That's where the magic happens. That's where you get the bright ideas, and it could be weeks from now, and you could be stressing out, but it's all about the commitment. getting to the finish line, and then moving the finish line another mile down the road. That's us as entrepreneurs. You know, we always keep moving the finish line, and we always want better, and that's how we push ourselves. You know, never settle, never take the tap off, just keep going. You know.
Yeah, well, and one of the questions I was going to ask you, whether or not you cover it in the secret affiliate sniper that's coming out, is this. There is a challenge that I've had in the past, and that is to try to educate the affiliates that come on board. Right? They see the low-hanging fruit of 100% commission, and now they send traffic that's not been properly warmed up, that's not a good match for the offer, and all it does is reduce the earnings per click on my end, the performance on my end, and it frustrates me because I see the server getting pounded with traffic that doesn't convert. And then I have to ask myself, well, is it the material that I have is not converting, or is it that the traffic they're sending not the right traffic? Do you guys address that at all?
Yeah, we're addressing. So we're all addressing here now. You know, it goes back to finding again the right affiliates. It goes back to finding the right guys with a proven track record, and also doing work. Like like I said at the start, that I love to work. Go and make incredible swipes. Go and spend 3 days on making amazing swipes for the affiliates. Go and spend making really good banners. Go out there and make bonus pages for the affiliates to give away. You know, help them. You know, you got to remember, like, what they're giving you can be so powerful that, like, realistically, it's worth more than 100% across the funnel and £1,000 in prizes. You know,
right?
You've got to remember, the affiliates own the asset. They're the ones sitting, you know. You've got to work for it, you know. You've got to totally work for it. I know you fested ass creating a product, and you're trying to get it perfect, and you know you're trying to build all the relationships, but like make life easy for them, you know. Like as an affiliate myself, I'm lazy. Like I'll go through. I won't go through all. I'll go through part of the product, but the first thing I want to see is a sales page, because what I do, I'll look at the sales page and then I'll check the product out, because the sales page will tell me everything that's in it, and then if it's going to be worth for my list, you know. That's the first thing I'm looking at, and then what I do is the first thing I ask for when I'm happy with it is, got any swipes? And I'll get the swipe, and I'll spend 10-15 minutes tailoring it into my way and adding my, sometimes, you know, if it's a really good friend of mine, I'll create my own bonus and be like, hey guys, you buy this, and then I'll give you what I'll do. Like, when you also, with you guys who have got lists, like, just take this down, write this down, that when you're giving away bonuses as an affiliate offer, you know, like, you know, you're making money from it as well. So what I tend to do is I'll say, hey guys, buy it off me, because you're competing against everyone else again, you know. You want to get the sales, it could be other people on other people's lists. So what I tend to do is normally I'll go and be like, hey guys, if you buy through my link, I'll give you 30-minute Skype to talk about your business or anything you want to talk about. I'll help you, you know, maybe I have an ebook that I'll give them away that I'm selling. Maybe I'll give them a product, my first ever product away, or whatever I've got, or anything like that, you know. Ask the product creator for a bonus as well. Even if he's giving it out to 100 people, obviously, but it does bulk, you know, even if he's giving it out to 25 affiliates, at least you have it as well on top of your other bonuses, because people might want to have that bonus from him, but then you've got it and you're offering a half-an-hour call, you know. Bulk your offer up, you know, add value, and that's how you do it, you know, like offer your affiliates, like yourself, Bradley, you know, the cold traffic stuff or whatever, like offer them bonuses to give to their list, you know, because what will happen, they'll be like, oh, if he gives me 2 bonuses and I put 2 bonuses together and the offer, then they've bulked it out for you, you know, like it doesn't matter how, you know, that's jam for $7. Oh my god. Like, look what you get for $7, you know? So $7, wow. Do you mean? Even though, like, they would go through it by an upsell, you know, unless you know, so you said 100 clicks and the average conversion is 40%, but with your bonuses, yours is 30. Do you mean? And it, you know, and say it's $10, it's 130 sales, you've just done $300, you know? And not everyone on your list will follow through with a half-hour call, they might think. And on that call, you can sell them something. Do you know what I mean? There's all the process, and what you do, and what else you do with that as well? You're building a relationship up with your list.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
the other day, Walter Bayless, one of my top affiliates, he did a webinar, and I just jumped on it. I just come on and say, hey, well, I'm here, and he was like, wow, and I jumped on it. All these guys loved it. Like, they were like, oh my god, like Simon's from Marketing Alistair. He's like, hey guys, I just want to thank you so much for purchasing the offer. Just give them one little spiel. If anyone needs anything, give them a bit more information. They're like, wow, you know, they couldn't wait to be on Alex's list now as well. Straight away, like, wow,
Right.
I'm on that list now. I'm on Walter's list. He's amazing. They feel that they're on the best two people's list they can be on there. Do you mean?
Well, and I think that what's interesting is that you're talking about, you know, these bonuses that take a really great offer and they convert them into a no-brainer offer, right?
Yeah.
It's the simple way of accelerating or enhancing the original offer to a way to say, you know what, I was willing to pay the $7 to $15 or $18, whatever it is, but now I'd be stupid not to. And then if the bonus includes this human interaction, the value in that for the back end is amazing, because now all of a sudden they're no longer a simple email address on a list somewhere. They're a real person who has a real face, has real problems, and you've helped them solve their problems. They tend to rely on you in the future, so that's awesome.
Yeah, you're
That's
a
awesome.
right, of course, yeah.
So, if you were to encapsulate the product of the secret affiliate sniper that's coming out, what's the major problem it solves?
The affiliate approach. Totally,
Okay.
the whole affiliate approach, the whole how do I take, like, and obviously I know you guys are there thinking, well, why should I buy secret affiliate? If I haven't even got an offer, well, I bet you after watching this that you'll definitely have an offer to go, because we have way more bonuses in there than just like a secret affiliate. Like, we've got like product creation in there, all that inside of it. You know, it's all jam packed. But yeah, the main one, you know, like, it teaches about squeeze pages, how to drive them. You know, it helps you create an offer in there. There's so much value in there. Um, we always cover everything. We just have one main hook. There's software attached to it that'll help you find out the top affiliates who launched and everything like that. It's a fast track to finding your perfect affiliate. Perfect affiliate, knowing the market helps you find the best products in that niche, where you can just go and buy or ask for them and create your own out of it. And we show the whole the whole product creation stuff in there, to help you create an offer and ready to go. And that's the thing, even if you're thinking about creating an offer or you're not thinking about creating an offer, like, the whole affiliate side of it's a massive thing. A lot of people don't understand that, Amazon's an affiliate platform, JVZoo's an affiliate platform, ClickBank, eBay, there's all that, it's all affiliate stuff. Cheers, boys. Cheers out. Sorry, I popped in there. Gonna get me a latte, I think.
And we're almost done. And the last question I'd throw in here is, you guys are going to launch another product, right? And at the end of the day, I mean, who cares? Really, who cares? Why does it really matter to you guys that you launch another product?
It gets back to delivering the value. Like you said, like, people struggle on that stuff. We have a look, like, what's people struggling on. It's another batch of customers that we can take on our list and help them. Like the stuff that we give out. We do all the hard work, and we go and find the best products to buy. We deliver all the free value afterwards. We want these guys. We want to take them away from all those spammers and stuff like that, because there's a lot of them out there. We take them away from that, and we deliver total value. And that's the key thing for us. Like, is delivering the value. The more people we can help. Like, everyone knows Alex. There's a lot of coaching. He's one of the most successful coaches out there. More successful students than anyone else out there. Like, go and Google Alex. There's no bad words out there. Say about him. More successful than anything. And that's what it is about us. Like, it wasn't always when I got into internet marketing. Wasn't always about helping people. For me, but Alex, when I to work with Alex, that's all it is. Like the whole satisfied people. My inbox is full of people saying thank yous and stuff, and that's worth $1,000,000 to me. That's like, as someone messaged me the other day, a guy called Frank. He quit his job. He now spends all his time with his two girls. He spends all his time with his two girls. They go to bed at 7 in the night. He works till 2, 4, 3 in the morning. Has sleep for a couple of hours. Sends them to school. Has a couple of hours sleep. Then works for the day. Girls come back. He's just conscious. Has weekends off. He used to work as a bus driver. So he used to work loads of shifts, and he's changed his life. So like we send these products out there to help, change people's lives and stuff. And that's the main thing for us. Like to come online. And it's all about creating an offer, as we said before, and driving traffic, and that's what we try and do. Deliver that so people can take control of their lives, become financially free, and that's the main thing for us. So we know that we're in the best position to deliver the best value for them.
That's awesome. Well, Simon, thank you very much for saying yes when I was talking about this particular venue and trying to put something like this together. I'm really hoping that it becomes not just a teaching tool, but an encouragement to other people who are out there trying to do this. I'm not the end all be all. I don't know it all. You guys each individually have some really great strengths and some lessons you've learned along the way, and it takes a really humble individual to say, yeah, we made some mistakes, and this is what happened, and this is how you can avoid those same mistakes. And I just really appreciate your guys' heart in all of this.
Yeah, totally. Like we've made the expensive mistake, and we want to teach you so you don't have to do it. Like we spend a lot of money making a lot of mistakes to get it right. And we don't want you guys to have to go through that, because it's even a young guy, I've got a lot of grey hair from a lot of mistakes, and but that's the main thing, like there's nothing, if anything you take away from here today is to keep it simple and just speak to people, network with people, build relationships, help others, even having a top affiliate with a testimonial, you're helping someone out, in the long run, they're gonna buy off him. He's going to deliver value, etc. All these top guys, that's the main thing, like delivering value in everything you do, creating a testimonial for someone, helping them with their product, creating a JVP, helping people out, you're always delivering value, and you get a reputation for that, and then what goes around comes around. That's a fact,
Well, thank you very much, and we're going to go ahead and end this call now. We'll post it somewhere else, and everyone else can watch it whenever. I'll send you a link. We'll download the media. You guys can use it for whatever you want to use it for. And thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. It's great to set it up, and thank you so much for having me on, man.
All right. Take care.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, guys.